Oh, there we go. My bad. Look, all right. All I'm saying is that Uncle Ruckus was wrong.
Why is that?
He said, "Keep your hands." All right. He said the white man ain't done nothing wrong to nobody no harm. And all right, look, we got the first.
You know what else he said? He said, "White man, the black people talk about save me. Ain't nothing wrong with slavery. At least we had good food back then."
So all you trying to tell me is
white man sure could be your friend.
So what you trying to tell me is Kanye was actually right about the whole situation of all of this stuff, that slavery was a choice.
Slavery. Listen, I myself, I'm in my soft guy era. Okay, if I don't want to be put in a situation where I'm on a boat with no food, I wouldn't do that. I need to be treated like a good slave. If I were to be a slave, honestly, I wouldn't even put myself in that position. If anything, I would be directing them how to keep more black people on the boat and keep them there and get the high quality ones to help feed their families. Pick the right amount of cotton. Farm. Do all that.
It had to be a good buck. Welcome to the Unsolicited Counseling Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm your boy, Jermaine.
It's your boy, Martin.
And Jesus Christ. What a way to start the episode. We're talking about Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks, Kanye, and...
It's all the black people that hate white people. That hate black people.
That hate black people. And Uche
from Love is Blind?
From Love is Blind. That's how I get this. I get that feeling in my soul when I saw like the TikToks on the soft guy era. All I heard was Uche in the background, just like, if I wanted a woman if I had to treat a woman with it, I expect the equal amount of respect. All I heard was Uche, bro.
I mean...
And Kanye at the same time. It's just like them just put together. And it's like, know your worth.
But like, how is this wrong, though? Like, if I'm dating somebody, right? I expect at least $100 in allowance a week. If I'm telling my girl I'm going to get a haircut and she's not going to Venmo or Cash at me $40, why are we talking? And honestly, if she Venmo me $40, I'm still going to block her because realistically, the price of haircuts are going up. Bro, you got to give me at least $60.
Hey, yo, what happened to just like, all right, look, I don't know about like any other ethnicity, but the black community, brother, barbers, I know. What happened to the code, bro? Right. What happened to the code? Like, we in the barbershop, we know everybody was struggling. So why are you acting brand new? You charging me $40 a head. And that's not even doing my beard, bro. You're like, oh, that's extra. What you mean, bro? Oh, I'll cut your hair for $30 and I'll line you up for an extra $10. I didn't know we were at a restaurant, bro. I got the appetizer, entree, and the dessert.
I didn't know they started itemizing your haircut.
Bro, that's my barber did, and I was like, all right.
He was like, listen, if you want me to get the left side, that's $5 right there. If you want me to even it out, you might as well round that up to about 15.
I'm just like, bro, like all these new barbers nowadays, bro, they all in that soft guy era, bro. They're just like, look, man, if you want respect, I want to get paid equally, bro. What happened to a $20 haircut, bro? $10 lineup.
Honestly, if they want to cut my hair, they should be paying me because this hair is immaculate.
I'm just telling you.
I've been working so hard to grow this out. And to have someone almost have the potential to ruin what I built up, what I worked on.
I be looking like Jazzy Jeff.
Right. I can't have that. So, me in my soft guy era, I need, a man to cut my hair.
I'll just end it like that. Just end it like that. No,
listen. The soft guy era is a joke that was made based on the soft girl era.
I think soft girl era.
Like a soft girl era where basically a woman would come on and talk about all the things they require from a man. Saying like, oh, if he's not paying your bills, if he's not taking you out to an expensive dinner for your first date, like why are we dating? If you're broke, just say that.
Okay.
Like different things that are basically chivalrous acts or like the different, I guess the standards of living back in the day where the man was the provider and the woman kind of stayed home, take care of the kids. But in the society we live in today, that's not really realistic, especially because the economy is fucked.
let's talk about that though. Let's talk about what is the soft guy era. Like, where did this come from? Look, I came over here on Saturday, and all I kept hearing was drizzle,
bro.
And I was like, what is happening right now?
Honestly, the soft guy era it started on TikTok about like a month ago. And, we're kind of striking while the iron's hot on this because it's a relatively new thing. I haven't been on TikTok lately, so me logging in and like the first 3 TikToks I see is about this soft guy era. And I know the algorithm works in mysterious ways. But for some reason, I was like, listening, and I was like, you know what? This kind of makes sense.
So what you're trying to tell me is we're actually following the process of being a content creator.
The
iron is hot.
Strike while the iron is hot, you got to stay with the relevant content that's relevant to most people listening. And the soft guy era is one of them. And I think that it really does shine a light on some of the unrealistic expectations that a lot of people in dating, men and women, whoever, have with the dating community.
Okay. Like, from what I saw, it seemed like, because we watched the video, we'll probably put the description on the video in the description down below for you guys so you can take a look at it. From what I saw, it was like, it's like this rebellious, not rebellious, but like you said, like countering like what the soft girl era was, where it's like, it's this equality without being equal. Mm-hmm. It's like the expectations, but at the same time going back into like roles. Like, I remember talking about this before in like other episodes, and I want you to like correct me on it. It's like when we talked about credit score, right? And we also talked about I had a couple of my female friends telling me like, "Oh, I need a man to at least be making 6 figures, the sixes, 6 figures, 6 feet, 6 inches, right? Like, it's that expectation,
right?
How is that equal? Like, if I mean, granted, I don't think you want an old girl that has 6 inches. But
no, but it's like the same thing as saying that I want a fat girl.
It's true.
And I want a girl who
takes care of
themselves. I want a girl who makes 6 figures too. I feel like that's equal. If a girl says she wants a guy making 6 figures, I feel like it's okay for a guy to say this is what I want. Mm-hmm. And I think that if you go out and you publicize saying these are the things that I want, women are gonna look at you like, oh, like you are, you weak. You really want a man. Like the wage gap is so different. Like women make way less than men. When in reality, controversial. I'm gonna say the thing that people don't want to say. If you are working in the same industry and you have the same role, the pay gap is only 1 penny different.
You think so?
Some recent studies that had come out back in March, it showed that the wage gap, if you have a similar role, same job, same place, the wage gap is just a penny. So for every dollar a man makes, a woman makes 99 cents. And I'm not saying it's equal because you guys can do math.
That's true.
Not equal.
Math.
But at the same time, like, it shows that women are just as likely to make as much money as men are. And I think that in today's society, the expectation of a man providing and a woman not spending any of her income on anything to help with the relationship is just unrealistic. What you working on over there?
All right, so what I'm working on is this abomination that Martin put me on. So it's we got white wine. I don't know what white wine is.
It's a Sauvignon Blanc.
It's a Sauvignon Blanc. Oh, you French? Yeah, that is it's called Line 39. So we mix, and then again, I feel like TikTok is ruining everyone. But it's I got you.
Thank you.
So it's white wine with Gatorade. So we're gonna test this.
Specifically, blue Gatorade Zero.
Is it really? It has to be like specific.
I don't know if it has to be, but shout out to Jordan. I think her name is Jordan. She is a part of Mean Girl podcast. I don't know if that's still a thing. Shout out to.
We gotta stir it up, right? Let's shake it up.
Yeah, let's shake it. I'm gonna put my mic down.
All right, yeah. So we're gonna figure out what this is about.
Oh my god,
I'm a little scared. It seems like a hangover in a bottle, but y'all gonna experience this with us. If y'all are watching or listening to this, try it at home. We're gonna try it. Blue Gatorade. We gotta watch our calories. So zero
calories.
0 calorie. Mm-hmm. And white wine. So we're gonna drink it. Try it along with us, and we'll give you our opinion.
That's all right. ASMR.
That is an ASMR. All right, here we go. I don't hate it. It tastes like if communion, the Baptist communion cups were in Gatorade form.
You know what I'm getting?
What?
I'm getting a Costco wine cooler.
Okay, all right. You know what? I think I'm gonna do this for my mom's because she loves wine cooler. Just get some Gatorade. Yeah, she loves wine.
Well, then you're hydrating at the same time. You're getting your electrolytes in while you're getting lit, so it kind of counterbalances.
All right, look, we'll see. Let us.
I don't hate it. The more I drink it, the more I like it. Like the first sip, I was like, I don't know. Second sip, I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, it's like
I get it.
I can see it. Like it's a good like after a run or something like that. Look, my next half marathon, my 10K this October. I want this like at the finish line.
Oh, did you sign up for it?
Not yet. I got commitment issues. But speaking of commitment issues, let's go back to this soft guy era.
Soft guy era. Yes.
So when we're talking about that, it seems like a lot of I understand where they're coming from, and I know you're saying it's a joke, right?
It's definitely a joke.
It's funny. It's definitely funny, but it's some truth in it because it's like what is it like a hyperbole or something like that where they just like make this just like the hot girl like soft girl era was like, oh, okay, well we want our men to do all this stuff or whatever, blah blah blah, and get the outrage. I feel like the outrage from it brings the attention to how unequal and unfair the expectations are in this dating world or like in like a relationship. It's like you want it to be equal, but yet you're not putting any like effort to make things equal. It's like, oh, we're expecting.
I couldn't tell if it was a burp or vomit. I was trying to decide which one it was.
Probably because of the wine cooler.
It's the wine. Yeah, it's the wine cooler. It's the Gatorade cooler. That's what it is.
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to hold you.
No. That's what I'm just thinking about because at first when you were telling me, I was like, bro, this is like back in the day. Like, I mean, it's like, put your crown on, king, show your respect for yourself. Which I was like, all right, true. But to what extent? To me, it seemed like very hyperbole. But I can see, especially with the hot girl summer, and that's a whole different thing. But I think that spawned into the soft girl era of like, knowing your worth, and then, but at the same time, wanting that like, oh, I want to be treated like a princess, but at the same time equal. It can't be both, bro. Like you can't be unequal and equal.
Yeah, that doesn't make
sense. Math ain't math.
The math is not math in that scenario, and I think that this soft guy era is really holding a mirror up to women and being like, this is what you expect from us. Why can't we want the same things? And a lot of women, they're like, well, this is stupid. Like, this is weak behavior. Like, this isn't very manly of you. And it's kind of like feminizing a man's point of view in this scenario. And granted, again, I think some people are serious about this.
Oh, like
some people are joking. Other guys are like, you know what? Actually, yeah, like, we're the table.
So my man said that I was weak, bro. He was like, no, you don't bring it to the table. We are the table.
We are the table. What are you doing to win us over? Because we're the prize. Mm-hmm. It's not the women that's the prize. And some I can see that in some phrases, but I personally, I'm very traditional. Mm-hmm. I'm very like, I want to be a provider. I mean, I told my wife, I think I told you before, like I wanted a stay-at-home wife. Mm-hmm. Like I wanted someone to take care of because some people, you can call me a simp, you can call me whatever you want, but I just felt like naturally I wouldn't want to come home and clean up and do all the crazy stuff that happens in the house.
Right.
That was just my choice. If I can make $200,000, $300,000, I would do that and have my wife leave her job, but she loves what she does. She's a therapist. She enjoys her job. Right. That being said, if she didn't want to work, she would have that option, and I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
If I was making that much money. Now, we're talking about, in this soft guy era context, we're talking about a man, let's say they're making six figures. They're making like just at $100,000.
Right.
And the woman he's dating, let's say she's making $85,000, respectable money. She's not coming into the relationship with the idea of her paying for anything. Mm. So, in the state of the economy we have right now, where rent, especially in the DC area, where rent's sitting somewhere around $2,000 plus for a one bedroom at that, and like the whole salary is pretty much like at least half your salary is going to rent.
Oh yeah,
and you got other expenses. You have your car payments. You have your credit cards, student loans, and all that. Like the man is also supposed to go out of his way to pay for the dates on top of that. And as soon as you walk outside, I swear you spend $100.
I tell you, bro, like
you can't even go to McDonald's. Actually, that was the only thing I can go to and not spend $20.
Shout out to that McRib, bro. We waiting for you,
bro. We're waiting for the McRib to blast Andrew on my life at the same time.
Exactly, bro. But no, you're right. Like it's like everything is so expensive, and from the soft guy era like point of view, it's like okay, they need to match me or like.
But if you broke, just say that.
I mean, that's what I like, but that's the same thing, right? If it was like, and like you said, I feel like there's a shining the light on women because like women that do make a lot of money, if a dude come in and they make less, if he makes less than them, automatic just looks down on them.
I saw a couple of TikToks and reels about that, where a guy was asking girls what they look for, and the girl was like, "Oh, he needs to at least it was like 30-year-old women." It's like, "What do you want a guy? A guy would at least make 6 figures." And he was like, "You know the percentage of men that make this?" And she was like, "Probably around like 10% or something to that effect." And he was like, "So you realize that your prospects are very low and opportunities are low?" She was just like, "Yeah, but like I know what I'm worth." And he was like, "Well, how much do you make?" And she was like, "Oh, I make over 100K." And he was like, "Do you think dating is harder for someone like that, someone who makes that much money?" And she's like, "Absolutely, because I want someone to meet me where I am."
All right, this might be a controversial take, and I feel like this is on both men and women. It's like I don't think and you can correct me, you can give me your opinion. I don't think the amount of money, like meeting me or I meet them, is that important. Like I've dated women that made more than me. I didn't see a problem. It's more like because you could make more money and don't know how to spend it, don't know how to budget, don't know how to
manage your money,
don't know how to manage money. That gives me the ick versus someone that makes $60,000 and act like, oh, their budget is good, they can still travel and stuff. That's more attractive to me than someone that makes six figures and don't know how to manage. They're literally like at the end of the month, it's like zero. Their bank account's on zero, just waiting for the next paycheck. That gives me the ick.
Yeah, I think it's hard, and that's actually what I wanted to ask you about. And I was asking our friend Nikki this past weekend about it. I was like, "How much do you think about money?" And I meant that in the sense of like, do you forecast like what the month's gonna look like, the next couple of months are gonna look like, the year? Like, how far out do you forecast?
Okay, so
like, are you you're planning, not just budgeting, but just like you have like a goal? Like, for example, I'm trying to buy a house. Right now I'm thinking, okay, I can't overspend because I need to save up money to put on that down payment for the house. That's like an active thing that I'm working towards. I know that you're working on paying off your loans. Your loans and your credit. So it's like
my loans and my stupid car, bro. That's good.
So like, how much do you think about that?
I forecast about 3 years.
3 years? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or 3 to 5. Well, right now I know that I'm going to be moving out of my place in 2 years, so I'm forecasting for 3 years to see how much money I can have on the down payment of my house. So, all the tools I have, I got a budget tool. I got like Mint. I got Ally. Ally has tools to see like how your budget is, like based on how much your trend is, how much you're going to save past 3 years with the percent. I budget all that, and even on like a smaller scale, I look at like, okay, if I budget this much, how much will it take for me to pay off my student loans by the end of this year? So I look at all that stuff, and I have a budget specifically for that. My bank account, I don't really pay attention to because I pay attention to the budget. The budget's my bank account. I can have X amount of thousands of dollars in my bank account. That means nothing if it's zero. My budget says like you have nothing else to spend because we already have that money set aside for the future. So I actively think about money.
It's interesting because...
But in a good way.
No, it's a good thing. I think it's very positive. You're thinking about money, you're thinking about budgeting.
I want to get back
and you're trying to not stray away from it.
I want to get back to M1 Finance, bro. Because...
Oh, the investing?
The investing is crazy.
Investing is huge.
It's crazy right now.
Investing is life-changing. And crypto right now is booming. I don't know if you knew that, but crypto is booming.
Dogecoin? What is it?
I don't know, but Bitcoin is back to its like all-time high at this point.
Jesus Christ!
So if you own Bitcoin, you're doing well.
If
you didn't sell in a mass panic, you're fine.
All right, but you were saying the money thing.
Yeah, so the money thing, when I think about dating, and this is just me, like, I personally look at, like, you can make as much money as you want, but one of the things that I care about is, like, credit, and this is why in the bracket I was like, oh, I'm kind of like homegirl that was with what's the bald dude's name?
Not Gino?
Not Gino.
Oh, fuck, what is his name?
I think her name was Stacy.
Stacy. I can't remember the dude's name.
Izzy
and Stacy.
Yeah, I was like, I can kind of see where Stacy's coming from, because I was like, you know what? If you ain't got good credit and I'm trying to build a future with you, like, I'm ready for my future now. And if you're not there and you have no idea how to manage money, budget money, or anything like that, for me, that's an ick for me, because we have to delay the life that I want. I mean, even with my wife, I think she had a couple $1,000 in student loans. I was like, man, this is going to slow down what I want to work towards. And it was just like, all right, let's talk through how we can get these paid off as soon as possible so that we can start, being in a positive net worth and getting to the point where we can save by a house. And there's a lot of sacrifices that come with that. But it's just like one of those prerequisites for me that I'm like, all right, do I really want to be in a relationship where I'm just trying to get out of a hole the whole time, or at least for the next 5 years? And, people have different concepts. I know we're straying away from the soft guy area.
Yeah,
we're talking a little bit about work, too.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I feel like I know what I bring. I am the table. But I know what I bring to the table.
I am the table.
And I feel like if you're not even wanting to engage in a conversation about that, like, why are we here? If we're not talking about, like, big things, like, I know you're not going to go on your first date and like, yo, what's in your bank account? That's insane. Some women do that, apparently, on social media. They're
what's
like,
in your bank account?
What's your bank account look like?
Bro, if someone
has anybody asked you that?
No, bro. Like, I think one of the dates I went on, it was like it was a conversation on, like, because I said, like, oh, I went to school, right? I was like, oh, I went to school, I got student loans. It was just like, oh, what's your student loans like? At the time, I was like, okay, that's like a fair question, because, people want to know. Like, you put it out there, So I was like, oh, it's like, I'm at XK, whatever. And the look on her face was like, yikes. So, but, I don't know, man. I think there's a thing of, like, good loans and bad loans, right?
Yeah.
Like, if your credit card debt is equal to your student loans, bro, there's...
Get the fuck out.
No, like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, well, debt is debt. Nah, bro, that's irresponsibility. If your credit card debt is at your student loans or higher, that's a bad luck, because that shows that you don't know. But
I think the average American has like $15,000 in credit card debt.
Look, man, they kept you slipping, bro. They caught me slipping.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yo, shout out to Wells Fargo. Fuck you. Like, because you fucked me, bro. But it goes by, like, they try to get people to know, like, that don't know how to use the credit card. They don't know the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game, bro. Like, you basically it's the casino giving you free money. They're like, yeah, spend it. Just put it on the tab.
It's yours. Yeah.
It's yours. That's how they bet. They're like, oh yeah, you can pay us as little as possible. That $1,000 credit, like, that line that we gave you, you only got to pay us like $10 token at the end of the night, and you just keep doing that. We keep giving you $1,000 each night. You just give us $10, and then at the end they get the interest.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other topic we can talk about later. But I feel like knowing your worth, at least, like, when it comes to money and, like, the credit thing, it's like I said, I think it's good debt and bad debt. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you're saying, like, you care so much about the actual figure and you don't know how they manage their money, or if they got a lot of money. I know some friends that have, like, a ton of money, just blow it on, like, oh, I want this new car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want some new J's. I want some new blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, their taxes are atrocious.
You're right.
They spend so much on taxes because they want so much return back.
Yeah, I was talking to one of our friends. I'm not going to put them on blast, but I was talking to my friends about how they're like, oh, I'm really looking forward to this return at the end of the year, this big tax return. I was just like, why? It's like, if anything, you should want to pay the government instead of you getting a return. Like, oh, but it's like a nice little safety deposit that they're holding the money, and then I get it in a big chunk because if I had it, I'd spend it irresponsibly. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I get that. If you had it, you'd probably spend it irresponsibly. Let's say you knew how to manage money. That money could be working for you in a savings account, a high yield savings account. You can get interest on it, and you would just end up paying whatever you would have to pay the government would have just came from that interest.
Exactly.
But I can do a whole money episode.
I'm telling you, I feel like at this point we gotta do a money episode.
We gotta do a money episode at some point. I do want to educate people on money management, and it's something that I'm really passionate about lately. Mm-hmm. And I haven't even been reading about it. I haven't read in general outside of baby stuff, but I just been in the books crunching numbers for this house, crunching numbers for all these other things. But when it comes to dating and a potential partner, in your mind, you're saying that it doesn't matter how much they make,
right?
And doesn't matter what their credit debt situation looks like, as long as they're fiscally responsible. Is that what you're saying?
Physically responsible. Fiscally.
Well, physically too, because you don't want no fat chicks, right?
Exactly. You know what? Look, I'm in my soft boy era. I know exactly what I want.
You know your worth. Listen, I've seen you come from Michelin Man to Crimson Chin. Like you went from Doughboy to Shredded.
Hey, look.
So you put the work in. All you want is someone to meet you the same way.
I want to meet you. We can meet halfway or something. Like, all right, look, I did change. We talked about this before. Where I like drizzle. Like how we our mindsets change. It's like I don't expect it to be like I don't expect perfection. I think I got on my mind of like, oh, this is exactly what I want. But it's more like when, and it's the same thing with when it comes to like finances. Like, I really want to, we gotta find a soft girl era post because I want to hear what they're talking about. But based on what we have heard from the soft guys, I feel like soft boy.
We can start soft boy.
Soft boy. Look, man, I feel like
a soft boy.
I feel like a soft boy too. Pillsbury Bill, poke my guts. I'm walking around the city looking broke as fuck. But I feel like when people want this expectation, it's like they want this sense of security or like out of insecurity. Like when they're like, oh, I expect it. Like even though like we're now in this era of life in general, like our generation is like we want equality. However, the thought of equality on both sides is like I want equality. However, I want security because you're not securing yourself. Granted, I don't want to be with somebody that's going to blow my money. Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel like even though I feel like what's important is the ambition and fiscal responsibility. Anything can happen in life. You can layoffs happen, job loss happens. Like you go down on your luck, but at the end of the day, it's your character that matters. It's all these like everything I'm hearing from these like TikToks is very external. Oh, I'm expecting this. I'm seeing this. I want to get paid for this. I want you to buy me this. But what does it tell about your character? Like, what does that tell you about your like how you live life? Because you can walk around the city and be like, all right, I'm like Mark Cuban, right? I'll use Mark Cuban for example. My man's like still buys a shit ton of like nice stuff.
He also pays his taxes.
He pays his taxes. Oh, does he?
Yeah, he like made a big deal about it on Twitter. He was like, here's my blank something $1 million. I'm paying taxes because I pay my taxes essentially.
Good man.
Yeah.
Good man. I didn't see that coming. I was going to talk shit about Mark Cuban. You're good in my book. I saw Instagram post of you hyped after the I think it was the Dallas Mavericks that play.
Oh, I heard about it. I didn't see it.
Bro, my man was happy. He took a pig and shit, bro. The most happy dude on there. But I'll use him for example, right? Like where he wears like very comfortable clothes. He ain't trying to flaunt. Like yeah, he got a suit and stuff, but he flaunting his money, but it ain't like he understands money to the point like it'll work for you and how it can work for the money versus like I want everyone to know I have so much money. Like, oh, where we going? Oh, my man need to take me to the most expensive restaurant. Wow. Why you gotta take me to the most expensive? What does that demonstrate about his character for you? Him taking you out to the most expensive restaurant? That he has money? Okay. He can have money be a piece of shit. he can have money and not. He can have money, blow it, and don't know how to manage it. Like you'll find all these things later, but you want right now is all you want right now is the immediate. What's the word? It's immediate
gratification.
Gratification. Exactly. Instant gratification. You want this like Instagram moment, like someone treat me, someone take care of me and stuff. I see that as all right. I don't want to say it's weak, but I find it just like, why can't you take care of yourself? Why do you need someone else to do this? What would show you their character? I think that's what it comes down to me when I say about dating.
Well, I think like what you were saying earlier is that it comes down to that security, and it's like the financial security of like not having to worry about finances. Like I think that a lot of people. I mean, I don't really want anyone to take care of me personally, but if I did, I get it. Like I want someone who makes more money so that we can live the life that where we don't have to look at our bank statement. We can just keep living. We can just swipe the card and not have to check. If I want something in the immediate time, I just buy. I don't have to like question the purchase. If I want to buy a new Jag, I can just buy a new Jaguar. Right. Like that. The concept of that sounds great. It sounds amazing. But you think you gonna get that in this economy?
Not in this economy, bro.
Not if you're spending your money on frivolous things. Like not if you're just buying the new Jordans all the time. You're buying the latest Gucci belts and nice shoes. You're buying like all the nice attire. Like you have to make a substantial amount of money to still have money in the bank to do other things.
Yeah.
One of the things that I pride myself on is when I was my wife and I were in that scenario where we were saving money. I quote unquote had money, but I wasn't spending it on new clothes, new things. I mean, I bought an Xbox and a PS5.
The essentials.
The essentials, right. Something.
This is for survival, bro.
Mental health is important. So I was trying to take care of my mental health, and I was grab it by the I didn't put the top all the way on, so smart move.
You almost caught me slipping, bro.
Caught me slipping. That would have been my whole setup. I had it all fucked up.
Static everywhere.
Right, but. I didn't buy all the nice things when I could have. I didn't take all the crazy vacations. But if my wife was like, "Hey, I want to go somewhere," we had the money to do it. And that's because I didn't spend money on the other crazy things that I could have done, like clothes and shoes and the latest bags.
The latest bags.
But it's like, but at the same time, another thing I want to talk about in this episode is just like. What do you think you're worth? So, like, what do you think? What do you feel like you need in a partner? Since I'm married, I can't really answer this question, and I would love to get your perspective and Catherine's maybe next week when we're on the pod when she's available. But what do you feel like you're worth? Like, what is not enough for you? So, if someone came to the table and they were like,
"I am the table." First of all, you came to me.
They came to the table. You are the table. We've already acknowledged that the soft guy era. You are the table.
Look, I'm built like a table. I'm the table.
You sturdy.
I'm sturdy. I ain't tipping over.
You ain't tipping over. But like, all right, I'm gonna throw out a few scenarios.
Okay.
And you let me know if you could see past these things.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
All right. So it's a woman. Obviously. It's
not
obvious. It's
not obvious.
All right. For the sake of not getting canceled, all these scenarios are women.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. I'm cis male, heterosexual male. Yes.
It's your type.
Yes. I'm not. I stopped singing for a long time ago. Like that's season 2. God, I want to sing. Was it on Mario?
Your type? It wasn't good. Whatever it was.
I can't sing. All right.
Makes $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
Went to school to be a doctor.
Okay.
$300,000 in student loan debt.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect size, like everything you want physically.
Physically, okay.
But doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. Age 30.
Mm. So this is just an open question.
Open question. This is just the scenario.
All right. I'm just gonna roll with it. That's a hard, bro. Look, personality aside, I'm just gonna go about the information that you gave me. That's hard, bro. Because if you're like you making $50K, went to the doctor, and then decide you don't want to be the doctor, I feel like going on that, I feel like it's not a match.
It's not a match
for me. Like personally, like I just don't think it'll work out. I know you want to be a doctor, but that it's really that debt. I think it's the debt and then the uncertainty that worries me. It's like because you're shackled with that debt and you still don't know what you want to do. If you at least had a plan, and granted, this is still not including the personality. I just know the physical type and stuff like that. Other than that, I will have to say no. That's a no for me, bro.
Okay, a no for you. Okay.
That's a no for me. Give me another one.
Scenario number 2.
Here we go.
35 years old.
She built like a house. Mm-hmm.
Damn. $150,000.
30 girls, 150.
35.
35, 150,
$150,000.
Mm-hmm.
Zero debt.
Mm-hmm.
Owns a condo.
Okay.
Still paying a mortgage. It hasn't paid it off. It still has a mortgage.
What city?
2 cats.
Oh, nah. You're right.
What's wrong with the cats? It seemed like you were okay with it until the cats came out. So, tell me about your woman. Why do you feel like you're worth more than a woman with 2 cats?
Look, man, I feel like...
How many cats are too many?
1. All right, look, all right, okay. And this is a testament. Look, I feel like 1 cat, the cat also gets in the interview. When I meet the cat, it's also the first date. We can go on as many dates as possible. But when I meet that cat, that's the first date. And it has to be 1 cat. If it's 2 cats, and I got to the second day, even though you got 2 cats, you worth something. You really showed up, right? But cats, bro, I feel like you're just telling me that you don't want to be loved. Or it's like...
Whoa! Whoa! You telling me cats are the mega ick?
No, cats, okay. See, if you give me the dog, right? The dog, it's... Because cats are hit or miss. That's a 50-50. That's a 50-50.
Dogs can be racist. We got a friend who got a racist dog.
They could be racist. However...
I got 2 friends who got racist dogs.
However, I feel like dogs, like in their nature, they just imprint on people. You know what? I'm gonna take that back because dogs imprint on people. We found out about racist dogs, right? Second, but with the cats, they have their own personality. I got in a whole conversation with it. Like, I think this is another. Maybe we'll have another conversation about this. But I don't know, man. I'm a dog person, man. The cats, you gotta be all right. I'm gonna let you finish. You said 2 cats. Automatic. Like,
no, you already said no, so I'm just done. I'm done with the scenario. You're better than 2 cats. So that's all I heard.
I'm better than 2
Ladies,
cats.
If you have a cat,
it
might be redeemable. If you have 2 cats, get rid of one of them.
I'm telling you, you gotta be like...
Don't matter how much you make.
Joe.
What if she made... So is there a salary threshold? Like sugar mama status?
To overpass the cats?
Yeah.
6 figures.
It was $150,000.
200,000. Okay, no, I don't even think the money. Give me the next one. You said 35, 150, 2 cats on the condo. What's her personality like?
Loves Jesus.
Hmm.
But like obsessive about it.
I'm sorry.
like she's gonna ask you
about church.
She's gonna ask you how were you blessed today.
Oh no.
What are you thankful for?
Honestly, I love the sentiment. You know, all dogs go to heaven.
Oh my god!
I don't know why you chose cats and we love Jesus.
Oh my god!
All right, give me one more.
All right, last one. All right, $80,000.
80, okay, respectable, especially in this economy.
Works as a personal trainer
from Ohio.
From Cali.
Okay. Personal trainer making 80,000.
Making 80,000.
God damn, she got an Instagram following too.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. 200,000 followers.
I mean, she keeps
Snapchat score 80,000.
Gotta tell me what you were.
No debt.
Okay.
I can't say that on the pod.
We'll say it on the pod.
But like ideal body type and everything.
Ideal body type.
Personality doesn't tip.
Doesn't tip.
Everything else is perfect. Everything else is perfect. Doesn't reach for the check and doesn't tip.
You mean Stacy? From the Goodbye. I'm sorry. Look, I guess I'm gonna be single forever, bro. Maybe I'll go back to the girl that loved Jesus to the cats.
Jesus and the cats aren't a bad place to be.
Man, it's bro. When you pick these things, cats are immediate, like to me, a reflection of your personality.
Cats are ick.
I'm sorry, it's not ick. What was the first one? I forgot.
The first one was
the $300,000
student loan debt.
With no idea on what to do. See, look, I'm not about ambition. I don't care about ambition. You don't got to be strong. You don't have to be hustling and stuff like that. But you got to have a dream. Martin said you have a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, and I'm all about Martin. Like MLK, bro. Not the Boulevard, but
we're not talking about me.
Oh, and him.
I was like, yo,
send the Boulevard.
I was like, he is glazing me right now.
No,
he is glazing me.
Be like Martin. Yeah. Have to be like Mike. Be like Martin.
Luther King. He
He
died for us.
Wiley. Martin Wiley. Stop. We wild. I honestly think it's the one. And then the third one, look, man, I just think, I think out of all of them, like, my worth, I see that money is very, like, the amount of debt with no idea what to do that scares me, that's a security thing. I don't want to be tattered with that, and this is without personal. Go ahead.
I have one more. Go ahead.
One more. Go ahead. All right. Let me finish the thought, and then you have one more. Remember your thought. Money and stuff. Cats. Oh man, I'm a dog person. And then the third one, the check just speaks like the check, and that just speaks values to me. It's like unless I give you takeout, I will understand if it's takeout and you don't tip. All right, whatever.
Do you tip your Starbucks order?
No. Well, okay, I said that way too fast. I tip, but yeah, I tip. I tell them to have a good day.
Listen, I don't tip my Starbucks orders. I don't order Starbucks, first of all. Second of all, when I do go, I just get a black coffee. You're turning around, you just pouring coffee in a cup. What am I tipping you for? Honestly, if I pick up my order at a restaurant, I'm not tipping. Why would I tip?
I agree with that. Now, look, you turned me around because I used to tip all the time, especially during COVID. I was like, oh, man, these people during COVID, bro, they need help.
Bro, I need help too.
And then that's when I realized, I was like, bro, I got passed up on this promotion, bro. Fuck it. I need help too, bro. You struggling, I'm struggling, we all struggling. Biden ain't doing shit. Everything's going to hell. We got earthquakes in New Jersey. All right.
We got earthquakes in New Jersey. We got soft guy era in person.
All right, give me one more.
Last one. Last one. Asian girl.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect personality. Works as a pharmacist. Cambodian. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Watches anime.
Okay.
Favorite anime, Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
Racist parents.
I'm all in. That
race plays crazy.
Hey, yo, bro. I can't say that on the pod. I'm all in. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If y'all have any questions for me, any questions from like what my worth is, I really enjoyed that actually. And we'll probably continue it as I'm trying to go and venture into this wild, crazy world. Me and Catherine going into this together.
Together?
Well, I don't know. Is she doing it?
Oh, that's what you meant by together. Okay.
Right.
I thought this was like an
announcement.
I thought this was an announcement, and I was going to be like, listen, this is how they kick your boy off the podcast. It's never been about me. It's always been about them. I'm the third wheel, and I need a fourth. So we got to find another person to bring on the podcast to balance it out. We are taking new submissions to be a host, new applications. If you would like to be another co-host, we need a female. We need a second female.
A second female.
We need a second female. If you would like to put in an application or just hop on an episode or two, you can find us at youadvicepodcast@gmail.com. You can find us at Unsolicited Counseling on YouTube and Instagram. You can also shoot us a DM at Hustle City Counseling Podcast on Facebook.
Awesome, guys. And as always, we love you guys. We're here for you guys. A drink at a time, one episode at a time. Be easy, y'all.
Laters.
Bro, why is this good?